Connecticut, the site today of a mass shooting, and this time gunfire aimed at elementary school children. We're here in front of the Newtown United Methodist Church, where we've watched people gathering all evening long, as tonight the details are still pouring in. There are 27 victims, 20 children, 7 adults. And we've heard all day about the incredible response by teachers inside the school, which is considered one of the leading schools in the nation. And also tonight, we have a new image of the suspected shooter as we tell you everything we know about who did it, what kind of weapons, and why.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Horror Roadside Show. Today, we are in Newtown, Connecticut, visiting the memorial, as well as some of the locations from the Sandy Hook tragedy. Guys, if you're new here, please subscribe. It really helps us out. And hit that like button and share. And comment down below when you remember this happening. If you remember, or how you felt seeing it on the news. It was a terrible thing. I remember, I believe I was at work and Jenna was home. I remember her calling me and telling me about it.
Just watching it all unfold.
Everything unfold, and then just you seen it on the news for weeks and weeks and weeks, you know, and you get those faces of those children and adults in your head, and it's almost like you know them. And it makes it that much more sentimental and that much more of a travesty. So, guys, thank you for joining us today. Let's check it out. Back of us, you can hear the sound of children playing. This location is the new Sandy Hook School, but the old one sat pretty much right in the area of where this new one is. And we thought the memorial was here. It's not. It's actually down the road apiece. There are, you can see there's a gate right in your view, right there, to get inside. There's the gate. You have to ring the button or press the button, and they ask who you are and basically what your purpose is. And then they open the gates. And that's for every single entrance to this school. Actually, as we were pulling in, there was a cop in front of us. So they must routinely do parole.
In the area, just because.
Patrol. I said parole, but patrol around the area just because of what happened. And hearing the children in the background is just like a...
It's kind of eerie.
It's an eerie feeling. It's like a shock. You know, brings everything to reality. This place was locked down. There was news crews, and they called every single police officer and fire department here to protect the area. It's just crazy that it happened right here.
When you put it into perspective, excuse my voice, I'm sick. Our Evelyn is in first grade. So when you think of that, it's like those poor babies that went through that is Evelyn's age. And the grief, the sorrow of losing a child tragically in that way, I can't put into words how those people, those parents, mom and dads, must be feeling, have felt, still feel, and will always feel.
There's the kids playing right behind me. Probably can't see them from here. They're right over there. Playing, probably having recess. The location that's actually right next to us, right here, this is the backside of the fire department. All the kids were escorted out of the school, and they had to put their hands on the shoulders of the student in front of them. And the cop that led them told them to keep their eyes closed and to follow her. So the first student had their hand on the police officer, and it just went like a chain all the way down to the back, the last student. And they kept their eyes closed because, sadly and terribly, there were children and adults dead throughout the halls and the classrooms, and they didn't want the kids to see that. So when they escorted them out, I'm not sure exactly where we are right now to where the old school was, which is right here, the new school. But right here is the fire department. So the parents would come here and they would look and search to see if their child would walk through the door to reunite after that tragedy. Let's go take a look at the front side where all the news was and all the parents actually went. I was filming behind us, and this just stuck out like a sore thumb. And I saw all the stars, and then I come over here and see this, dedicated to the memory of the 26 women and children who tragically lost their lives on Friday, December 14th, 2012, breaking hearts across our country and the world.
Oh, God.
Feel free to fast forward, double click to fast forward if you want, but I'm going to say these names. I'm going to say them. Charlotte Bacon, Rachel Diavino, Daniel Barden, Josephine Gay, Olivia Engel, Anna Grace Marquez Green, Madeline F. Sue, Dylan Hockley, Dawn Hawksprung, Catherine V. Hubbard, Chase Kowalski, Jesse Lewis, James Mattioli, Grace McDonald, Emily Parker, Anne Marie Murphy, Jack Pinto, Noah Posner, Carolyn Praviti, Lauren Russo, Jessica Ricos, Mary Sherlock, Aviel Richmond, Benjamin Wheeler, Victoria Soto, and Allison N. Wyatt. This is it. So this is the fire department. This is where all the parents gathered, hoping that one of their children would walk through and they'd see that familiar face and they could just hold and squeeze and hug their child tightly and be grateful that they made it out of that school alive. I don't like swearing on my channel. Sometimes I do. You know, I feel if it's necessary. But I'm going to say it right now that Adam Lanza is a big piece of shit and he's a coward. He took the cowardice way out. You know, mental health is a real problem. I'm not blaming the guns. You know, you could choose to hate them or not. You know, some do good by guns, a lot do bad by guns. I'm not blaming the guns in this situation. I'm blaming the mental health on Adam Lanza, and it's a tragedy.
You know, if somebody were to do that to themselves and take that way out, that's their choice. But to take out one's emotions of anger, resentment, whatever the case may be, and take it upon to kill 26 people, including your own mother, that is just a monster. Right now.
I'm gonna try to take a peek inside. It's hard to see in there. There's a truck. But I don't want to get too close. I don't want to draw attention to me. But I want to show you guys something that I noticed. The sign. I'm going to try to zoom in steadily. Right there. Sandy Hook School. It's where we just were. And let me tell you something. If your child is not in that school, you are not going on that property.
I just don't understand how somebody can be such a monster.
Very emotional, trying to get it right. We knew the community was hurting, the families were devastated. We had one chance to get it right.
I can only hope it helps for you to know that you're not alone in your grief.
The weeks after the tragedy, we had teddy bears and we had flowers, we had plaques inundating all the streets of Sandy Hook. Afterwards, we took everything, aggregated everything, incinerated it, and made it into sacred soil. The sacred soil sits within the granite stone.
And so we're now at the memorial. So you come in this way, that's where we're parked, and you walk down. There's a pathway. You walk down, and there's the memorial for them. But this here says Welcome to the memorial honoring the lives of the victims of the December 14th, 2012 shooting at the Sandy Hook Elementary School. This is a special place of quiet and reverence, a place for the families of the victims and for the community to reflect and remember. Encased within this stone is the sacred soil created from the many items left in spontaneous memorials throughout the town on the days following the tragedy. And this is a quote from Barack Obama. Here in Newtown, I come to offer the love and prayers of a nation. I am very mindful that mere words cannot match the depth of your sorrow, nor can they heal your wounded hearts. I can only hope it helps you to know that you're not alone in your grief, that our world too has been torn apart, that all across this land of ours we have wept with you. Very well said words.
The sacred sycamore tree in the middle, which is hardy and it sustains under all sorts of adversity. We visited 17 sites throughout town. This is the very first site we visited, and we rejected it. We felt it was too close to the school, it was too soon to the horrible event. We said we don't think this would be the right site. We came full circle back to 3 or 4 sites. The day we visited the site, we heard the children through the woods, through these very woods in the Sandy School playground, laughing and running and playing. We felt this is the site. It's a relatively small New England town. The community came together, but there was an outpouring of love from the state, from the country, and from the world.
It is beautiful here. So you can see that there's some water in here right now. It's very, very little. It is dried up. But when this is, I'm assuming spring and summer, you can see all those lines, right? All those little spaces, those are water pumps. And this thing is filled with water. And they're all angled facing this way. And that's because when it's filled with water, those jets are blowing and the water is circulating. And that's supposed to represent the circle of life. So you can see there's some there as well. And that just guides the water gently in a circle. Not fast, it's not a rapid, but it does. It makes the water flow in a circle. And that's supposed to represent the circle of life. And they had some sort of like flower, like blossoms, right? Some sort of flowers, I remember. I'll post a picture here.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the flower though.
But they had, I think it was 26 or 27 of them. And they were round.
Yeah.
And they were flowing in circles, nice and steadily around here. And this is a very beautiful memorial. It's a gorgeous day out.
Yeah, it's beautiful out.
And
it's a nice spring day.
It is a nice spring day.
February. Can't beat that.
This isn't far from the school at all.
No.
So if you look in the background here, I'll zoom in. See that flag? That's actually the school. And you can see some of the building. And we can even hear children playing too. That's where the new school, well, the old school was too. But they built a new school on top of it. They actually tore down the old school. I mean, rightfully so. This is the memorial, and you can see there's a path you come down. This is where we came. There's a nice bench.
Yeah, there's several benches around.
Yep, several benches. And this is actually a memorial for the family and friends and family of the victims.
The community to come together and remember the victims.
It's beautiful. A tree of life.
It's such an somber feeling. I feel an overwhelming sense of sadness. Innocent lives taken for no reason whatsoever.
No reason at all.
And these children should be out playing with their peers, growing up, not staying forever 7, 8, 9, 10 years old.
You know, coming out here where, you know, you do your research before going to film anything. We always do. I mean, we knew quite a bit about the Sandy Hook tragedy, but you want to touch up your facts. And I'll tell you, I had a mindful. I was like, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that. And now I come out here, my mind is dead. You know, it's my mind is empty. Words can't even describe how peaceful it feels here. Very calm, peaceful.
Yeah.
But there is this
Eerie feeling.
the airy energy in this town. It's not even just the memorial.
No.
When we were over by the school, there's just this airy being here. I wish you can feel it. I wish you were here to feel it, because it is. Just quiet, just peaceful, quiet.
It's a beautiful place for the community and the friends and family to come here and collect their thoughts, pray, you know, whatever it is that helps them get through, you know, those trying times. But as an outsider, as a mom, all I can say is that my heart is with you families, and I will keep you all in my prayers for the rest of my life.
It's a windy day. Nice breeze. It is gorgeous out. We drove a few hours to come here. We've been wanting to come here.
Yeah.
You know, even before I started my YouTube, before any of that, I wanted to come here. And it's like I'm finally here, and it comes full circle. It's just a reality shock. Such a tragedy. Adam Lanza, the coward he is, took his own life. You know, better he take his own life, because I couldn't imagine what somebody would do to him. I know what I would do to him. Believe me, I know what I would do to him. But I couldn't imagine. So, you know what? He cheated his way out.
And you know what? Whether you believe in heaven or hell, he's paying for his crimes. It's not on this earth, but he's paying for his crime.
He is paying. You know, I understand mental health is a thing, you know, and
Something that like that can't be ignored.
it can't be ignored. There were things going around saying his mom would take him shooting. I mean, the firearms were under his mother's name.
Yeah.
He walked in there with a AR-15 semi-automatic, and he had 2 handguns. He was wearing cargo pants. He had a bulletproof vest, and in each side of his jeans, he had the handgun, and strapped to his back, he had the AR-15, and he nonchalantly walked into the school, right to the front office, started shooting. He took a left, right toward the first grade, right where the youngest part of the school was, the youngest classmates. And he shot and he opened fired. And not only did he shoot going one way, he went back the other way. And he kept doing that. And he killed 20 children. In the car, the police found a shotgun in the trunk. They are not sure exactly what his plan was, what he was going to use that for, but that could have done a lot of damage too. I'm trying to spew out some of the stuff, but being here in this area, I mean, look around me. Look around me. It's just captivating.
This rock is going to represent for the 27 lives that are gone. And I'm putting it right there.
And then I have one as well. Now, we've been driving up and down this street here. It goes all the way over there. We've been looking for the address. It says it was knocked down, but it's not. That right there was Adam Lanza's house where he killed his mom. That is the house. We could tell because right here, I know it's hard for you guys to see, but behind these trees, it's hard to see, but there's a greenhouse. And it was right next door to the greenhouse. This is it. This is definitely it. This is the address. It said it was knocked down. I'm going to have to match up photos. Even if it was knocked down, they rebuilt this in its place. But this is the address. Because when you type it in, it takes you to 36. Number 36 for the house. So they must have changed the numbers. What number is that one? 31? Mm-hmm. That one. So next door over here, that mailbox says 31. That was Adam Lanza's house. So he drove. After he killed his mom while she was sleeping. He shot her multiple times. And if you look up pictures, a lot of this is visible from the aerial shots that they took. That was that scumbag's house. It wasn't even his house. It was his mother's house. But this is the route he would have taken to drive to the school. This is only a few miles away from the school. You know, Newtown is not even a big town at all. So rightfully so, I believe his mom did work at the school at one point or some point in time. But he would have been driving this route. So, guys, that being said, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it. Remember, please share this video. Smash that like button. And subscribe if you're new. Comment down below if you remember this day. Because I know we do.
Yep, we do.
We do. And now we're going to head home. We got a long ride ahead of us. Guys, thank you. And remember, stay spooky.